man, see, the next step is like preparing tax returns. Like, imagine if you could just talk and it would know where on the firm, like, yep, his date of birth is January 1st and he works at so and so in construction. It just like filled it out. That's when I would get stoked for something like this, especially if they bought the rights for Clippy from Microsoft and he was back on the screen telling me what. Man, can you imagine what the value of Clippy is? They should really auction him off because, man, I would buy Clippy.
Oh, right. Like you'd bring you'd be getting a lot of us older people, but us older people have more money to spend on cool tools as well. So yeah, I love it.
I'd pay for him.
Do you want to make $10,000 today? Do you want to lose 20 pounds in the next month? Do you want to be well-liked and respected by all your peers? We can't help you with that. You've come to the wrong place. But if you do want to earn an hour of CPE credit for listening to this episode, right after you finish, head on over to the Earmark app, take a short 5-question quiz, and you earn 1 hour of CPE just for listening to us. Happy quizzing!
Welcome to UnAccountable, the world's okayest accounting game show podcast for product news, updates, and education. I am your currently conferencing host, Tyler Otto, and I'm joined by the home base hero, Jeremy Van Grohl. Hello, sir.
Hello. I mean, everybody needs heroes, and heroes can come in all forms, right? And I love you. I usually do the intros. You did this one. I love it. My wife's nonprofit program is actually called Home Base. So
really?
That was a good accidental win. I love it.
I was going to say, we don't accidentally stumble our way into credibility or appearing like we're prepared. So I'll take it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I mean, this has been one of the best conferences for me. I thought it was going to be a bit of a dud. Next thing you know, I surprise get on stage on day one because they're like, oh, come up and talk about this, because someone else had an hour-long slot and they were the title sponsor. And then I had my own slot today and just influx. It was surprisingly good show, man. Again, I will go to the mat saying conferences are the way to speed up growth if you can find good ones in your niche.
I love it. What's the one that you're at? Just out of curiosity.
The Association of Lodging Professionals.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
I know. It's no scaling new heights, which, see you there.
Yeah, right. All right. No more time for shenanigans. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's jump right in. And I'm going to start some in the news things. So I think it was right the same day we recorded last time. Both Ramp and Canopy came out with some updates on progressive AI getting built into their tools. And I'm going to start with Canopy. And I just read kind of the news release on this and the information. And if you don't know Canopy, it's kind of a well named that it's kind of a whole practice thing, from putting up proposals to signing agreements to practice management and all that things up in one. But I read through their release on this, and it said very little and more coming soon, which I don't like. Like, if you're going to put something out there, like, let's have some information on what this is going to do. It talked about giving more insight into where clients at, their financial health, and your progression through close processes and things like that. But not a lot there. So more to come, I guess, when we get some more information.
It's like they want to be the first one to get the news out, but they don't actually have the news. So it's just like, hey, here's our placeholder to say we teased it first.
Yeah, right. It's like the save the date for the week. I love it. But then I want to jump into Ramp. So Ramp, I think we both use at least a little bit. I know our firm uses it with quite a few clients. And they came out that they also building in some more AI things. And it sounded really more centric around using more logic to auto-categorize things, right? Yep. And just go back to historical transactions and only call out things where there is not historical information, that they can relatively well categorize it from there. So that sounds cool. I've heard maybe you're helping with some of this Ramp stuff because you're such an amazing, cool guy.
I mean, really, you're propping up my ego there because it's so fragile. I appreciate it, though. And my wife says thank you, too. They've got some cool stuff coming up. Come to find out, like, some of the stuff they're releasing isn't even the stuff I've seen. So I'm not even sure, like, they have some evil scientists over there doing some really cool stuff. Not evil, they're mad scientists. Wow, I really just painted them poorly. But yeah, I mean, Ramp, dude, they're innovating at a clip. So this is super cool to see what's coming out. I'm excited to see what they're teasing right now.
Yeah, I love that. And my Ramp Rep Lucas sent me a free gift card for lunch the other day. So I mean, they're in my good graces. I brought my wife lunch, and it was fantastic.
You know, I'm a little upset because my ramp guy left ramp to go help his wife grow her undergarment business that she's creating, which is taking off. And so I miss Frank because I loved Frank, and nothing amuses me more than him selling ladies' underwear now.
I was going to
But
say he left to be the model, right?
yeah, that's what I was teasing him about. I'm like, dude, well done. But congrats to Frank. I just, when you lose an amazing rep at a company that was your guy, your gal, it's like when Deanna had a baby at Relay. I'm just like, please come back. I miss you. We'll pay for childcare.
And we still miss you in case you're out there listening.
Yes. Jeremy, I also don't know if you saw Bookkeeper is back from the dead.
Oh.
I know. So, okay, we're just going to do this once a year now, Jeremy, where insert automated bookkeeping company name here announces it's closing its doors, and then a week later we have to come back to say someone bought out all its assets, and now it's back up and running, right? First it was Bench, now it's Bookkeeper. Are we noticing a trend here?
I feel like if you bring it back, you have to work zombie into the name. It should be Zombie Keeper or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like it. But all that being said, it'll be interesting to see if like this really moves the needle at all, because who here is going to trust BotKeeper now if the model has been proven to be fatal? I'm not going to switch over to it.
Well, yeah, and anybody that does any research about the company where they learn that, all of this automations was really foreign labor, doing a lot of the things behind the scenes, like how do you get back confidence in potential new partners? That's a tough lift, but obviously someone thinks they can do it. So, yeah.
I love this announcement in accounting today because they're just like, all of our AI assets have been acquired and stood up on its own distinct division once again. So we're back in operation. The lights are on. The servers are running. Phone calls are starting to be made and emails as well. Yeah. I just like, hey, we were able to turn the lights on. We're able to cover utilities. Well, Jeremy, I'm kind of pumped. I'm trying something new this week with a topic I don't think we've hit yet.
Entertaining our audience.
That's new ground for us.
Yeah, right.
Jeremy, I want to play a game called AutoMate with your OttoMate. I know the puns can't get any worse here. But Jeremy, we were talking in Firm Foundation Group and a couple other places just about like how do you set up routine automations and really just get into this space of doing more than just what your off-the-shelf software does. And for that reason, I wanted to play a quick game about it that I bet you're gonna crush. Dare you say you're up for the challenge?
I'm up for the challenge. We'll see about the crushing.
All right. Jeremy, question 1. There is a famous low-code or no-code system that allows different programs to connect to each other. Is it pronounced Zapier, 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 Zapier?
I hope it's Zapier. I've been saying it wrong.
I just wanted to put that one out there because I've heard plenty of people out in the forums and when they're talking about it, calling it Zapier, and it annoyed me. So I wanted to just get that one out there because really I wanted an audio bite of you getting it wrong. Yeah. Well done, sir. Yeah, Zapier makes you happier is what they said on their official forum. There you go.
Oh, yeah, I like it. I had an employee who I still love and still contracts with us that called Gusto. And that always bothered me too. And I was like, yo.
Well, if you're a native Spanish speaker, we stole their word and then butchered it in like Los Angeles, right? Yeah, like, how dare you call it Los Angeles, not Los Angeles? Right. Yeah, we did the same thing with Gusto. But Jeremy, you and I both use Zapier or, Integromat Change to Make. A lot of people don't know about these programs still or even how to facilitate them. And so we're going to get through a few questions about the foundation, and then I want to ask you about how you use it in your firm. But Zapier or programs like Make, which stupid name change because when you try to Google for them now, Integromat was easy to find.
It's like Google trying to find the band Live.
Yeah.
Right? Live band. And we're like, live bands are everywhere.
Yeah, you get local music.
Yeah.
So Zapier and Make use API connections to connect to multiple programs. Jeremy, what does API stand for? Is it A, application programming interface, B, alternate program interchange, C, absolute protocol instructions, or D, accident-prone integration?
It's got to be A. Thank you for giving me options on that one because I would have got that wrong, I think.
I was debating actually making this game. You get 2 points without getting the options, or 1 point if I give you the options. But for the sake of time, we'll keep rolling. Yes, an application programming interface, which for those that don't know, it's really a simple way to say, hey, we're going to have all these computer programs, all these software with a common language or a common set of rules so that we can connect to each other because everyone has to be speaking the same language. And every good Zap in Zapier starts off with, well, let's just ask the next question. What was the name of the horse that starred alongside Roy Rogers in Western films in the 30s to the 50s that shares its name with the initiator of a Zap automation?
I went to Wilbur and then I thought Silver? Is it Silver? Hi ho, Silver?
What's a kickoff in Zapier?
I've been so long since I've created him. I don't know.
Trigger.
Trigger. Yeah, trigger. Yeah, good call.
Yes, and for those that don't know, and this is where, Jeremy, I want to start asking you some questions here about how you use Zapier. But for those that don't know, if you have any program, like obviously I use Double, I love Anchor, I've got Keep Full / Go High Level as my CRM. You could use Ignition. You can choose a trigger that if something happens in one of those systems, it'll kick off a flow of automations to every other tool. Jeremy, I mean, your favorites, but like any zaps that you have set up that you routinely use at your firm.
I will not say I've set it up because I am not
you're
that
a smart business owner that delegates.
that good delegates. But like, I think my favorite is just like when somebody signs our consultation form on the website, right? Like they put in all the points in there, data points and information and contact, and that immediately pulls them into our Notion and puts them in our sales pipeline and fills in those fields for both name, organization. I think we usually get their tax ID number too, because we want to make sure they're actually a nonprofit, right? And that we can validate that side of things. So it does all that. And then also then whatever time they pick, actual schedules the call with their sales manager, puts it on their calendar, sends out an email confirmation, all of that stuff just when they hit the enter on that form and it triggers.
Well done working that back in. And I love that because nothing is worse than you sign a contract to pay thousands of dollars and then you don't hear anything for a day or two versus you want that instant, like, okay, that affirmation I made a right decision. Quick aside before I get into what my favorite is, but you said you collect their W-9 or information, make sure they're nonprofit. Do you get people that like all of a sudden say, well, I haven't made any money, so I'm a nonprofit, and like they come to work with you? Or like, does this happen? You have people that aren't?
No, but like we just want to validate it, right? That when we try to label it right, that it's actually a 501c3, right? That you are, or 501c6 or 4, all the other options that are out there. But
an R2D2, a C3PO, yeah.
Right. But just that they've thought through this, that we're true, like we're not kidding when we say we work with nonprofits and we know the language and all of that, putting that in front of them right away.
I like it. I like it. I, like you, I use Zapier as well for my onboardings. I love it because, you know, the instant send a text to my phone and let me know that they signed, message my entire sales team that they signed. I told you we did this partnership where we white labeled our service with a software company. Now their entire sales team gets notified it's signed. So if they have to do any follow-up or the client gets cranky or the support team over there, they know exactly what's happened. So yes, getting all these systems talk together. And to your point, the emails kickoff is the best part because you can use AI to come up with a nice, pretty HTML format email and then just say, paste it in there and send it to them and make it feel like, dare I say, Jeremy, I'm a legit company. Who'd have thunk?
Right. And they get the warm fuzzy.
I know, right? So, Jeremy, I ask you this because a lot of people are terrified of the first time they ever have to go into Zapier. They don't even think they could figure it out. Now, there is one instance where I'd recommend not getting into Zapier. And in the hierarchy of all these systems, what would be the only one, if you were to assume me, Tyler Otto, recommending, what is the only system I would prioritize over going in and building a Zap? Is it using webhooks? Is it a native integration? Is it overseas labor? Or is it late nights processing kickoff emails with tears and alcohol?
Ooh, that last one's tempting, but that native integration.
You've done it.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that. Amen. But yeah, the native integration, you don't want to bypass that.
Amen, sir. Yes, if you have a native integration, like, don't get cute, folks. If
Yeah.
the systems talk to each other, use it if you can. I say that and then I don't use Anchor and doubles because I want to automatically kick off emails instead. But if you can, you should be using that. And the reason I say that is because I know with my Zaps, Jeremy, and I'm sure you're the same way, if something breaks, I guess you're smarter than me and you had someone at your firm build them. But for the most part, my firm relies on me or my assistant going in and fix it. It's not something the rest of the team can go fix. Native integrations, you've got support sometimes from both sides to get that done. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, completely agree. And like at least the good thing with Zapier is like they let you know, right? You get an email notification that hey, this broke or whatever, and you can work through it or get somebody to work through it. But yeah, I agree that when they do that, the level of support that would be available out there. I've never actually contacted their own support, and so I don't know what that experience is like.
Zapiers?
Yeah.
Oh, they just say, well, you're going to have to fix it.
Yeah, right. Like I don't like. There's no way that they could staff with as many applications that Zapier works with. There's no way they could staff enough people with the amount of intelligence to be able to say, "Oh yes, here's what is broken because this tool isn't talking to this tool or whatever." Right? You kind of gotta scratch it out on your own.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part is like, again, I even say mine like Anchor to go high level to double to my text message to something else in my Outlook Exchange server. If one of them breaks, well, I could reach out to double and then like, oh, looks like it worked on our end. So I'm like, okay, shoot, well, what isn't feeding over? And everyone's going to say, well, check with everyone else. So that's where I love a native integration I can. But ultimately, I wanted to tease this out because I think I see too many people are terrified to get in and play with it. Jeremy, can you break anything irrevocably that you've ever seen with Zapier? Like, can you mass delete your client records or database that you've seen?
No, and I don't. First, I don't know why you would want to build a Zap unless it's like, hey, I offboarded this client. Please remove them from these things. Yeah, I mean, I think the worst that you can do is put in a bunch of slop into things that you can then say like, oh, that didn't work out the right way. So yeah, I think it's pretty low risk overall.
I'm right there with you. Well, then last question to finish out this game, because I want to put something on your radar. And dare I say, I'm not even sure you're going to get this one right. But
Fair.
with the influx of AI, Anthropic was the leader, and they developed an API-esque open source standard that will allow AI models to connect and work with each other. So like an API for AI, which will become much, much more important as many of our tools and systems incorporate to work with different models.
Yeah.
Is this referred to as a DMC, an MCU, an MVP, or an MCP?
MCP.
Final answer?
I'm going with it.
Yes. The first one was Run DMC, then the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then MVP. So yes, a model context protocol. And this is something that even I know very little about, but I've been reading up on. But this is going to become more important as we start having all our tools talk to each other and work together. I'm going to be keeping track on which of our favorite softwares start adopting MCPs in it so that the models can work correctly. I think this is going to be the next big move when we're vetting softwares. Is like, so what is your indexing look like, and are you building for MCPs going forward? So want to put it on everyone's radar, tease it, and then give you very little insight into it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do here. But no, good to know, right? And I think you are very on the cutting edge of most of the tech things, right? So don't expect Jeremy to be the expert in this, but please stay tuned because Tyler will continue to geek out on these things and help us all.
Well, that's what I got for you. 5 out of 6, sir. Well done, but I'm also very happy I don't have to give you the perfect score.
Yes.
Let's be honest, most of us didn't become bookkeepers or accountants to spend hours learning marketing systems and chasing leads. Heck, some of us became accountants because we didn't want to talk to people. We did it also to serve clients and build businesses we love, but what if you could get better clients without the marketing overwhelm? Well, that's exactly what Keepable does. It's an all-in-one marketing system built specifically for bookkeepers and accountants, and it works 24/7 behind the scenes to bring in leads, book consultations, and automate follow-ups. You get a professional website, branded consultation page, and
follow-up automations, all tailored to your business. No more duct taping tools together or hiring expensive marketing teams. If you want to grow your firm with ease and attract better clients without doing more work, go check out Keepful today at keepful.com or follow the link in the show notes to give us a little bit of extra credit with the folks over at Keepful.
All right, and then we're at halftime already, and I brought together an app snack this time, something I've been playing with that I think I got from one of Jason Stat's messages like, hey, I've been looking at this. WhisprFlow. Are you familiar with this one?
First time I've heard of it was when I looked at today's schedule and said, what the heck is this?
What is this? All right, so what is this? So it's just a native voice dictation tool that you can use for your PC. Actually, I've never used it mobile. I wonder if it works there too. Again, didn't vet out all the things. I would think so. But, oh yeah, look at that right there on iOS. So what it does is you install it on your PC, and then all you have to do is hit Control and then the Windows button, and it'll automatically record what you're doing and dictate it out. And the thing that's cool to me is it works on every single tool I've tried it on. So I've tried it in email, I've tried it in Slack, I've tried it on Word, I've tried it in everything in Notion too. It just natively will get what you're speaking and put it out as text in whatever tool you're open, which to me seemed like pretty cool. Like I didn't expect something to do that, but it has worked well for me in the times that I've played with it.
So it's like on my iPhone when I want to dictate a text message, but
Correct.
Instead it's on my computer and it's just whatever's open, it does it.
Right. As long as your cursor is where you want the text to be and you hit that, it'll automatically put it out.
Okay. And did you have to like agree to some terms and conditions that some overseas agency or government gets to view your computer? Or?
Yeah, this is like the bot keeper where it's really someone in Southeast Asia typing it out
at 180 words a minute.
Which it could be, and I've just tried the free version, and there are limitations to that, but it is something you can download for free, and it's about 2,000 words per week when you have it on your desktop, right? So that could go relatively quickly if you become a high-end user. And the reason I know it works on phones, the next thing on here is 1,000 words per week on iOS, right? So should work, but seems weird that you're going to do less there than the other one, but whatever. Yeah. Ooh, but unlimited words on Android.
Why do they get all the love on the free version?
I don't know, man.
But Dwayne would be disappointed with us.
From the looks of this, it might be a limited promotion there. But yeah, like support for over 100 languages, like privacy mode. So they're supposed to like there's no data retention on this. So kind of cool. But then they have the pro level, which is about $12 per user per month. And then you get unlimited and priority support and team collaboration features. I'm not sure what that would be. Like you talk, then I talk, and it'd be like karaoke where the male is in blue and the female is in pink or something. Maybe we would call that stuff out. But yeah, pretty cool overall. And the one thing I don't like, and this could be, maybe this is something that the pro does, is like when you're sitting there and talking, you have to wait until you're done and release the thing before it'll put all the text out there.
Oh, so it's not like a sing-along where it fills it out as you go.
Yeah, right? Which would be nice, but I still get it. Like, as long as when it's done, it's correct, and I've seen very little mistakes, if in any, when I've been talking through it, so it's really good at capturing your language and putting it out there. But that would be nice. So that's one of the things that maybe not perfect on this. The other one is like when you have it on there, and I don't hate this, it puts this little itty-bitty cylinder on the bottom of your screen that you can see it's there, and you can, like, if you want to click on it, you could click on it to do it, but like the keyboard, as you and I both know, keyboard shortcuts are the way to go. And once in a while, like, I'll just hover over it and it'll be in the way of like my Excel dragging thing or something, and I'm like, get out of the way, I need to do this.
It's like the Zoom bar when you're trying to share your screen and it's covering up tabs.
Yeah. Right. But no, kind of cool. Like I really didn't expect that. Like, how does this natively work in every single tool that I could put it in? But it does. So yeah, definitely something to kind of check out and play with.
Did you mention what the paid tiers, what they're charging for this sucker?
Yeah, $12 per user per month.
Okay, for unlimited.
The other thing I struggle with, and it's me issue, is like I like build my thought as I am typing it most of the time. Like I don't have everything the way I want to say it right away. So that's the other part that I like. If I could get better at that, I would use this a lot more to be like, nope, I know succinctly I want to say right now. I'm going to put it out there. It'll have it all ready for me, and I'm going to save 20 seconds of my life, 30 seconds, which again, if you compound that, that's a lot when think how often you're typing things. But yeah, I'm not quite there mentally.
Man, see, the next step is like preparing tax returns. Like, imagine if you could just talk and it would know where on the firm, like, yep, his date of birth is January 1st and he works at so and so in construction. It just like filled it out. That's when I would get stoked for something like this, especially if they bought the rights for Clippy from Microsoft and he was back on the screen telling me what. Man, can you imagine what the value of Clippy is? They should really auction him off because, man, I would buy Clippy.
Oh, right. Like you'd bring yeah, I mean, you'd be getting a lot of us older people, but us older people have more money to spend on cool tools as well. So yeah, I love it.
I'd pay for him. Well, Jeremy, I had another game plan, but can I actually like go off the rails for 2 minutes?
I mean, were we on the rails? But
That's a good
all right,
point.
let's do it. Yeah,
we were the ones tied up with a gag in our mouth on the rails.
Right, here comes the tape.
No, so I want to actually give you a little bit of insight because I'm at this conference and hotel staff saw there was an accountant, and then they came and asked questions about no taxes on overtimes for tips. Because apparently certain things with employers, they had questions, they were still getting taxed on the tips because apparently, according to the employer, service charges are different, which I know from like, so for the listener, we did a game about this a long while ago.
Yeah.
But
I believe it was called Just the Tip.
I believe it was. And in that game, we talked about the difference between a tip, or sorry, there were all tips. And within tips, there are gratuities, which are voluntary by the end user, and the employer does not pay sales tax on them. Whereas service charge, where we say, parties of 6 or more have 18%, those are compulsory. They are not voluntary. You are compelled to pay it, and the employer pays sales tax on them. Come to find out, after talking to these people, I'm like, let me do a little research, and I'll tell you tomorrow. Did you know that in the One Big Beautiful Bill, the $25,000 exemption on no tax on tips is only for voluntary tips? So if you are a banquet server at a hotel that gets most of your income in service charges that were applied to the customer, they are not reported in box 7 as exempt tips because they were compulsory, which really sucks for those lower wage banquet staff at this hotel. I was not aware of that, but I felt like it was worth calling out because would you have known this?
No, you like, kudos to you first for doing this, right? Like that, and kudos for them for asking, right? Like if you know the accountant, like, hey, I want to know this, like that's something that not a lot of people would do, is like, I'm going to go out of my way and find this guy and just ask a question. If he doesn't know the answer, great, right? But then you to do the research on it. I bet they did not love the answer though.
No, and I felt awful giving them the answer because, at first I was about ready to say like, oh yeah, let's fight. Let's go to your boss and talk about it. And then I realized like, no, there is the word, if the tips are voluntary, which means they would be gratuities, service charges are exempt. So also if like restaurant owners are doing parties of 6 or more, now you've got concerns on, did they report the wages correctly for the employees in the payroll system? Service charge versus gratuity. I thought it was worth bringing up, even though I don't have a game about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, into the next game. I do have one more game for you today.
Okay.
I want to start a new game I'm going to do every so often called That's Some BS, where we're going to take a balance sheet topic for the week, and we're just going to do a little bit of deep dive. And you know what? Anyone who's not an accountant is going to hate their life. But Jeremy, I've just got 4 easy questions for you today, and this is going to be the gift card edition of That's Some BS.
Ooh.
Do you ever really even deal with gift cards? Like, I can't think of a scenario you nonprofits would. Really?
Yeah, we do. So if they get, like, they will often either solicit or just be gifted gift cards that they can give out in the community to cover basic needs or gas or things like that. So they're, most of the time, there's not a lot of volume of this. So we're like, yeah, just have it and give it away and like do that because there's not a lot of them. But there are other ones that have thousands of dollars of value in this and be like, no, we need to have like an inventory account of these gift cards because you are withholding value or have value of them. And then that becomes an expense because you have the donated amount and then you have the inventory and then you have an expense when it gets out to the people that they're using it.
That's interesting. And see, I wasn't even going that route because my customers, they sell gift cards, debit bank account, credit the liability,
Yeah, yeah.
and it sits there. So we're going.
We live in different worlds, man.
I know, right? A whole new world.
Yeah.
Insert Ariel here.
Wouldn't that be Jasmine, not Ariel?
Dang it!
Oh, yeah. Call out on the Disney reference.
Ariel was part of their world.
What do you call them?
Part of their. Oh, yeah. Good call. All right.
My bad. We're really having our arguments here of Disney princesses.
It's like a lover's spat. I love it. All right. Sorry to interrupt again.
Well done, sir. Okay. So first off, this question. But Jeremy, if a business sells a gift card under federal law, how many years must that gift card be valid to use?
Oh, I did not know that was a thing. I'm going to go 2 years.
I should have given you a window, but you know what?
I'm okay with that. I'm intrigued by this now.
5 years.
That was my next guess, but
Really?
yeah.
Well, I'll give you half a point because I honestly believe you for some reason. Yeah, 5 years from the date of issuance to the date the funds were last loaded, whichever is later, under, and I'm going to get nerdy here because I don't want anyone to call me out, under Authority 15 USC Section 1693. I know, Regulation E. I'm just getting into it.
All right, I
but
like it.
gift cards have to be valid for 5 years. And in some states like Maine, they can never expire.
So, but this is specific to the state?
So federal has their own rules.
Okay.
And then some states it's like federal minimum wage. And then some states have gone above and beyond. Same thing with gift cards. So there's some states that, they up the ante. But Jeremy, this is an interesting question because for tax purposes, how long can a business owner hold a gift card on the balance sheet and not record it as income? And do you want options?
No, I'm just gonna I will not get any of these right. Like I don't deal with these, and I'm okay with that, right?
Okay.
But how long can they have a gift card and not record it as income?
Jeremy, if I sold a gift card in December 2025, let's change the question.
Okay.
When do I record it as income? If it never gets redeemed. Is it 2026 1 year? Is it 2027 2 years? Is it whatever is 5 years later, or is it indefinite?
I'm going to be way wrong. I'm going to go with 2 years or something again, but I feel like this is wrong altogether. So go ahead. So
according to the IRS rules, under, again, RevProc 1.4581-8C111, or 1II, I don't know, but it's out there, folks. You have to recognize the revenue in the subsequent year. So if it was bought in 2025, by the end of 2026, it needs to be included in that tax return because some shady folks worked out this idea that, let's say we want to get money into the business, not necessarily from investors, but we wanted to find a way to get in. Well, let's just say they bought gift cards for future stuff, but then we won't recognize it as income. We'll just debit the bank account and let it sit there as gift cards for forever. So now you would have money that's sitting there that you're never getting taxed on, but eventually the IRS says, hey, you have to consider this what's called breakage and recognize it as revenue. They have the rule that you must recognize it by the end of the following year, which gets tricky because then on your balance sheet for tax purposes, you have to recognize it. You have to decrease that liability, but your actual exposure, especially in the state of Maine, could be indefinitely huge. This is a problem. What do you record, Jeremy?
Oh, I'm surprised that that's not recorded as revenue right away, right? That you would have gift card revenue and the liability out there, and then when they get cashed in, that okay, yeah.
No, because the proper treatment is, Jeremy, I buy a gift card from you in December, I'm giving you cash, and now it's just sitting as a payment method. And then when I come stay at your hotel or go to your restaurant and I use it, I credit revenue that day for food and alcohol in its proportionate amount, and I pay it off with the gift card. So we're just moving that credit from a liability to revenue on the day it's earned. But instead, they're saying even if it's not earned, you have to recognize it by the end of the subsequent year. Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
And so this brings up two more questions, and then I'll quit boring you with gift cards. But when a gift card isn't, I already gave you this answer. See, I wrote these answers 2 weeks ago, and I already gave you the answer. So let's see if you're paying attention. When a gift card isn't used and recognized as revenue, what is this normally referred to? I'm not even going to give you the options.
Breakage? Was that
Well done. Well done. Yes.
Okay.
So And this
Oh,
is a big one for us to track.
Yeah.
But it's super important because breakage, like it's ancillary revenue that you don't want throwing off your statistics, your revenue per occupied room, your revenue per customer at the restaurant, your revenue per retail order at your store. But it's definitely a line item that you should be calling out and breaking. So don't record that revenue from gift cards and just throw it to like, oh, store revenue at the retail store. No, call it breakage so that you know exactly where that came from. Good thing to know.
Not to be confused with shrinkage.
You're too familiar with that. Jeremy, actually, another interesting question that came up today, it's not even on my list, but what is the accounting treatment if a vendor goes to a 4th of July parade and hands out $25 gift cards to a whole bunch of people on the street to come in and use at their business? What is the accounting transaction for that?
Oof. Like, again, you would think they would have to have a liability out there for the cards they hand out. And then, so that'd be credit. And then, yeah, I don't know. The other side of that is just not cash. I don't know what the other side of that is. I have to think about it.
I know. So the debit, you would normally say it's a discount, right? Like you
Yeah.
discounted it 100%. The problem is it actually does not hit the financials when you go hand out those gift cards. You need to track that liability off the books because you can't go create a debit and then, or a credit as a liability and then go make a debit to discounts, because people have tried this to reduce income in the current year, saying, I have a whole bunch of money on the street now, so my income's reduced. You can't do that. So those are technically not even gift cards. You have to call them vouchers or coupons in those scenarios, and track your open coupons or vouchers with expiration dates completely off system. I know, terrifying, right?
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah. I don't know. Dare I do one more question, or is your brain already exploding?
All right, we got to finish it.
No. Okay. So this is a real world scenario for a client of mine. If a client decides to sell gift cards in the local grocery store for $80 for $100 value, what should be the gift card liability at the end of that transaction? Is it the $80 or the $100? So I have a client in Costco that essentially they're selling their gift cards for $80 to get $100 worth of value on the card.
I feel like it has to be the $100 because that's what's going to get cashed in on the back end, like when they use it.
You are correct. It is the $100, but the interesting part is what hits the bank account when they sell it. Only $80. Where's the remaining $20?
Oh yeah.
You can't recognize it as a discount right now. You have to then hold a separate discount liability and recognize it over time. Dude, accounting is complicated.
Oh yeah. Again, AI is not taking this over.
No.
Now, can you imagine all the if-thens you'd have to build into that? Oh God. All right.
Yeah. I mean, think back to last week when we were going over how do you spell strawberry with Perplexity? Like AI ain't taking this one back from us.
Nope.
All right.
Welcome to Fast Figures. 10 questions, 1 minute-ish. All answers are numbers. The game starts now.
All right, we're getting chatty, so we're going to run through this quick, man. We're just going to start. Let's get some time on the clock, and we're going to hit it. Oh, all good things, though. All right, number one, within 5%, what percent of individual tax filers file an extension?
42.
We dropped this on March 12th, which is National Girl Scout Day. What rank did you reach in Girl Scouts?
Brownie?
Okay, never mind. Within 25%, how many boxes of Girl Scout cookies are sold annually?
10.8 million.
Starting in 2026, how much is the 1099 threshold being increased to?
2,000.
How many different methods, different depreciation methods are allowable under GAAP?
I thought there was more. I'm just going to say 2 because of the 2 I can name.
This is a popular type of raffle at fundraising events where half the money is collected goes to the winner and the other half to the hosting organization.
50-50?
The Alps mountain range spans across how many countries?
8?
Within 25%, how many inductees are currently in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
270?
The Department of Labor has this many factors that need to be considered to legally have an unpaid intern within 50%.
6.
What are the maximum number of stars that can be held by a member of the U.S. military?
4?
Also, March 12th is the National Popcorn Lovers Day. Within 100, about how many kernels are in a standard size of microwave popcorn in the bag?
600?
Cool. All right.
Jeremy,
I think you did better.
guess where my wristband is from?
Ooh.
I know. For those that can't see, it says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I might have done some research.
I know. You were paying attention to what city I'm in this week.
That's right. I like stalking.
That was good. That was good.
All right. Let's start going through these. So, within 5%, what percent of individual tax filers file an extension? You said 42. According to Forbes, 10% only.
Really?
Yeah, and I say this because I got the wonderful notification, probably using native automation or a Zapier, that we had our filings extended for UnAccountable so we can show our losses.
Yep. Isn't it great though? My team's on top of it. Like all 4 of my companies, they've gotten them filed, and it's just like I didn't even think about it. I love my team.
I got something where I had to respond to say I did it, and I was like, "Thanks, homie," and I just sent it. Sounds good. Yep, perfect. Let's do that.
Can I ask though, why? Like, really, only 10%? Is that you said personal or business?
Individual tax filing.
Individual.
Well, personal, yeah.
That just, I mean, I guess it makes sense because so many people are W-2 and cheap and don't need it. But I mean, I file extensions for all my clients by March 15th because it's like, it doesn't hurt anything. It's a single button to click. Why wouldn't you?
Right. And my wife's like, "Did you file your taxes?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just get it extended. I'm not even in that mindset of getting all my stuff yet. If I don't have everything, I'll do it." Yeah. She's like, "Why do you do that?" I'm just like, "Why do I want to be worried about that now? Like, just get the extension out there. I'm busy." But all right.
Respect.
Cool. What rank in Girl Scouts? Can you name the ranks? What rank did you say you were?
Oh, I said brownie, and then I forgot this is fast figure. So
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There are 6. It's Daisy, Brownie, Junior, Cadet, Senior, and Ambassador. I never knew that. Yeah, all right.
I did not know that.
No, the real question was how many boxes of cookies do they sell annually?
Yeah, I said like 10.8 or something.
You said 10.8 million. Not correct. 200 million boxes of Girl Scout cookies out the door annually.
Slimming, Salmon, Simmons, Swanson?
Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the...
Oh, yeah! It's right here.
Samsonite, I was way off.
Yeah, way off.
What's your go-to? Because I love the tag-alongs.
I don't know the new names. Is that the old Caramel Delights? Yeah, no, they used to be. Caramel Delights is now a something, and the Thin Mints are now a something.
Oh man, the Samoas just
Samoas are the ones with the coconut and
yeah.
That's Caramel Delights to me. I'm old school, and I just don't eat cookies that much, but I like those. No, the ones whatever are the chocolate dip peanut butter ones with the wafer.
I thought that was tagalongs.
It's probably a tagalong now. They used to be peanut butter patties. I think they were, or is that the other one? I don't know. Whatever.
Get your hour of CPE here. Yes, they are tagalongs. Just Googled.
Oh yeah, tagalongs. I'm with you there. Yeah, let's tag along together and eat some of those, a whole box.
Amen.
All right, number 3. What is the 1099 threshold being increased to? Correct, 2,000.
So I actually, part of my talk today, I had a 15-minute lightning talk, and the final thing I ended on was 1099s. And more than just your in-house 1099s need them. Lawyers, landscapers, accountants, all that. Dude, people in the room were erupting like, wait, but what about this? No, there's no way. My prior accountants never, like, people were losing their minds. And then sure enough, everyone wants to come talk to me after. Dude, easiest bait ever is tell people about 1099 rules.
That's a good call. Are you thinking adjusting your rates at all for this?
$25 a 1099. I copy you.
Okay. All right. We do.
Remember, I used to do it for free.
Yeah, we do. We've done $200 just for like just general, and then $20. I'm changing that to $250 and $25 because I think it's
okay.
Like ongoing. Nah, I don't hate either one of those. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. How many different depreciation methods are allowable under GAAP? You said 2. That is incorrect. There are 4. What are the 2 that you use?
Straight line and double discounting.
Right. And then the other 2 are units of production. And the last one is sum of the year's digits. I remember hearing about these in accounting school, but like I've never used any of these. Yeah, only the two that you've said that I've ever.
I mean, I love the first three sound like technical terms an accountant name with, and then their 5-year-old got the sum of the year's digits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Popular type of raffle at events where half the money goes to the winner, half the money goes to the charitable organization. You correctly said 50-50. For some reason, I keyed into our answer sheet 2020. I've been doing that a lot. Oh,
That's
Lord.
hindsight, Jeremy.
Yeah, that is hindsight. But just counting note on this one. So, like, we talked about this once. For the first time in many years, taxpayers who do not itemize now can claim a deduction for charitable giving on their federal tax return
Up to 1,000, right?
up to 1,000 for single or 2,000 for married. So you do some tax strategy.
Yeah.
Do you bring this up? Is this a topic that it's probably not the biggest lever to pull, but
It's definitely not. And it's, I mean, I'm not going to go into and like, you want to save on taxes? Give away $1 and I'll give you back,
Yeah.
15, 20 cents. But, I am a guy, like we are one of those people. We put 10% of everything we make into a separate high yield account, and it just sits there. And then whenever we see a need, we can just throw it at it. And the thing I like about that is it just gets the money out of sight, out of mind. Me and my wife know that money is not ours, but we deploy it whenever. So, I mean, yeah, I'm a big believer of like giving, whether you're religious or not. Like, and so for those clients, I'm like, hey, let's not miss this. But I can't argue like this is advice on how to save taxes. Like it's like telling someone, yeah, go buy that new Cybertruck to save on taxes. Like, no, not
right. Yeah, agreed. But good to know that's out there. And I'm the same way. Like we give a lot away with so many nonprofits, and I got to limit it, right? Because we just involved with so many of them. But yeah, it's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Next one, how many? The Alps mountain range spans across how many countries? You said 8. It was 8.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That was a rough guess. So what do we got? We got like France, we got Germany, we got Spain, because it goes all the way down the coast, right?
Spain is not one of them.
Okay. Does it go down into Andorra though? Because it's in France. Does it hit Andorra?
Andorra, no.
Okay. I don't know.
You were on a roll there at the beginning.
Well, I was. Spain, Germany, Hungary.
Nope.
I don't know, man.
No, I have been in the Alps once, and it was in Switzerland.
Okay, Swiss Alps. Duh.
Yeah. Swiss Alps, right? The other parts are Italy, Austria, Slovenia, Liechtenstein, which is maybe the most fun country to say, and then Monaco.
Yeah. Liechtenstein, Slovakia. Man, I could.
Yeah.
Those are the fun ones.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice work pulling that one out of your butt. And then within 25%, how many inductees are there in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You said you visited there in Cleveland?
I was there yesterday. It was funny. So I walk in the museum of like, I've got 4 hours to kill. I'm going to go do this. I'm 5 minutes in and I get a text. Hey, would you be willing to come do 10 minutes on stage at this conference, like to present about accounting? I was like, well, I got 90 minutes. I'm running through this museum now. But I was upstairs and they have like a timeline wrapping around the room with like everyone's autograph and signatures of every year by inductee. So I'm just like rough remembering yesterday. 200 something seems right from all those plaques I saw around, but maybe there was more and I didn't read the full placard. It was beyond those people there.
Yeah. The number I found anyway, I'm going to go wrong on that one, is 400.
Okay.
So yeah, did some there. Do you know how many nominees just got announced? They're not in, but nominees for 2026?
I do not.
There are 17.
Ooh.
Run through them real quickly. Black Crows.
Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, calls her mama. I'm sure all the hand now.
Jeff Buckley. Mariah Carey. Phil Collins.
Wait, Phil Collins?
Yeah, he's not in?
Dude, I would so vote Phil Collins.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Melissa Etheridge.
Tell me, does she love you?
Lauren Hill.
Killing me softly with this.
Billy Idol. In Excess.
I've got to let you know.
Iron Maiden. Joy Division / New Order. I've heard one of their songs. I don't know. Stand to the radio. New Edition. Oasis, also not in there yet. I thought that was odd.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Pink.
Oh.
Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough.
Sade. Shakira. Luther Vandross. And then the Wu-Tang Clan.
Interesting.
The only problem I have with these, like, how are we defining rock and roll? That's what I've always.
Eminem and Notorious B.I.G. were in there, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, like rock and roll has. Can I tell you what the first exhibit was, though, Jeremy?
Yeah.
In the entire place? It is a mock set of Saturday Night Live showing all the greatest bands that have come through there and Saturday Night Live's influence on music. But it literally has the outfits that Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg wore in their Christmas holiday gift special, which I might not name.
yeah.
But those outfits were front and center as you walk in, right next to John Belushi's Blues Brothers suit.
The Blues Brothers?
We'll just call it sausage in a box.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. But yes, both the last one, you are at the ALP conference, what is in the Alps, and then this one, stalking. Make sure you hit it home.
I did not get the ALP thing, but well done, sir.
Yeah, right. All right, number 8. So this one, Department of Labor has certain factors to be considered to legally have an unpaid intern. How many of these are there? You got, I said within 50% because I know this is going off the wall. You said 6, it's 7, so I'm going to give you that one.
Hey!
Sure, yeah. So I'm going to, first of all, would you ever consider having an unpaid intern?
No, I want reliability. I want someone that has skin in the game and a reason to stay around. And I don't know. I mean, I guess who would say no to free labor, but I don't know how much I would invest in them.
Yeah. I feel like it just feels icky to be like, hey, come work here, but we're not going to pay you.
Yeah.
So we've had one because I had a friend, this lady girl was wonderful. She was from, I believe, South Africa, but she was fantastic. And we took her for the summer and she caught on to all the things right. I'm like, please, if you ever want to stay, please stay. But she had other commitments already out there. But yeah, she was great. And just a friend of a friend asked if I could do her a favor and take an intern because she really needed an accounting internship for the summer. And I'm like, you bet. So I think a lot of value can be had by having interns and doing that program, especially now with if you have an AI person that is focused on learning that, bringing them in and getting some perspective there. But just not paying them feels ugly.
It does. It feels icky. What are all the other rules? Teach me.
Yeah, so the ones that are out here is first, is there a clear understanding that there will be no compensation?
Okay.
The training resembles an educational environment.
Okay.
Which you could say for any job. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tied to formal education. So is the internship integrated with coursework or academic credit?
Okay.
Accommodation of academic calendar. Does the schedule align with school commitments? Limited to the period of learning. Does the internship only last as long as the educational benefit continues? Right. So if they get done with that educational benefit, theoretically, they can't be an unpaid intern anymore. The intern does not replace paid employees.
Ooh.
That one's dicey, right?
Yeah.
If they're doing work for you and that work needs to be done, they kind of are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That one seems dicey. And then no entitlement to a job afterwards. They can't expect that, but I don't like it. Yeah. But I think if you're thinking of doing this, now's the time, right? We're getting close to mid-semester here. You better get out there. If people aren't committed already, our beautiful minds that are coming up in the future, better get them now.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna roll the dice with that world. So, kudos to if you're a listener, either our listeners. So, Mom, if you end up hiring one, we want to hear about it.
Yeah, or if Mom, you want to be an unpaid intern, I'll come aboard. That was number 8.
Oh, that was?
I'm just going to let it roll. All right, let's get back into it. Number 9. All right, number 9. What is the maximum number of stars that can be held by a member of the U.S. military? You said 4. I'm going to give you that one. 4 in peace. 4-star general in peacetime. Actually, in major wars, it's been up to 5. So, Eisenhower in World War II was a 5-star general.
So you can just start dishing out more stars.
Yeah.
We all love a good gold star.
who knows with the current situation how many stars could be available out there right now. But yeah, anyway. Last one, also National Popcorn Lovers Day. How many kernels are in a normal bag of microwave popcorn? You said 600? They say 600 to 800. So I'm giving
Really?
you yeah, so you're pretty good, man. I think you got 60%.
I mean, there were 3 swings just like swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. I'll take it. Well done,
All right.
sir.
That's it.
Do you want me to play it again?
Yeah. No, let's just go.
All right. I'm going to take winner of the week because I don't know if you saw this, Jeremy, but first of all, for those that don't follow Tom Zahentner over at FinOptimal on LinkedIn, arguably, like, you should just have a LinkedIn account just to follow Tom and no one else. No one else is as funny as Tom on LinkedIn. Like, I dare say, Tom, like, when you're listening to this, you are funnier on LinkedIn than you are in real life. Like, that's how good your LinkedIn is like, you should just stick to that format. I love you, Tom. But Tom teased that on an upcoming carbon webinar, there's going to be an integration announced between FinOptimal, which, first of all, kudos to them to getting in with a major practice management software. Second of all, did we not tease this out of him at Intuit Connect when we asked him what software he wished they had a baby with? Ian, could we get that clip here?
If FinOptimal and any other app in the room could have a baby, what app would it be?
Ooh. I know I'm always thinking about our app and other apps having babies.
Yes.
I've been talking about it a lot with my therapist. They said I should probably stop drawing pictures of it.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
When an app loves a GL.
Is that like a carbon?
Yeah?
Yeah, carbon, I think.
Yeah, like
I
a
to have
workflow that goes
baby.
right into yours.
Exactly.
Or I feel like there's plenty of like credit card systems.
I
That
see what
just-
you did there.
Yeah.
The going in thing.
Yeah. There's plenty of like
Fuck
credit
that.
card systems where if they could just add for the period
Yeah.
in their native context.
Well, that's why I was gonna say Ramp, but like it already natively works with Ramp,
Yeah.
right? So we're already regularly making babies with them.
Yeah.
So there's someone else that I'd like to make a baby with a
Okay.
little bit more effort.
Yeah, a little. Thank you for that.
So I'm just saying congratulations to Tom and the FinOptimal team, because that's a big integration. And honestly, I don't know why other softwares that don't have accruals built in haven't figured this out, because literally anyone could work with FinOptimal if you just have a button to say for the period, and then they work with FinOptimal. Not hard. So kudos to them. That was a great call from their team.
Can I say kudos to us? So you kind of heard it here first.
There you go. I mean,
Yeah, I love it.
depending what time that webinar is and our week-long delay of posting this.
Oh, yeah.
But Jeremy, I think you got loser of the week.
I do have loser of the week. I came across an article of this like embezzlement thing in Utah. So I was like, oh, I got to call out the crazy Utes. But in that link, there was a link to a better one of another one. So the first one was like $400,000 of whatnot. But this one, on last week, a woman was sentenced after pleading guilty to wire fraud for nearly $1.4 million that she did during her job at a Utah-based lending services business. She used her position as merchant growth specialist to issue, and we had not planned this, ties into our thing, issue 2,300 prepaid gift cards to herself.
Wow.
And she used those cards, obviously, for herself and family members. But part of her job, she had access to the gift card for marketing purposes and purchased the gift cards to offer incentives to commercial customers. What? And this didn't come out like we haven't gotten near the marketing or reach with our gift card spend that we would expect. Who's looking at this metric of like cost to acquire a client?
But honestly,
man.
if she was creating those gift cards, where's the offsetting debit? That's my question. Someone should be seeing something's missing. People are stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this stuff doesn't just get hidden. It just takes one competent person to say, should we look at this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
It's a
problem.
little wonky. Crazy stuff, man.
Yep, Utah, we get a Brad rap. Well, Jeremy, that's all the time we have for this week. So let's make like the inside of a Kleenex in Boogie. See you later, man.
See ya.
It ain't easy. In fact, it's hard. It's downright tough growing a firm from a solopreneur to a massive team. I often get asked by people, Tyler, who mentored you? And you know what? It shows, because no one did. I made tons of mistakes on the way learning how to grow my firm from just me to the $1 million firm it is today. And so, when people ask Tyler, do you mentor or coach? I say no one should be subjected to that much of me. But what we did do is bottle up every best practice, tool, resource, template, and walkthrough that we could and package it all into what we're calling the Firm Foundation. Head over to thefirm.foundation to get access to our library of resources, tools, templates, and instructions on how you can scale your firm faster and get all the tools and resources you need to make your team successful and ultimately get yourself out of the business. Head on over as we're releasing out how to do bookkeeping workflows, tax workflows, metrics, fractional CFO, and more. So get on over, Firm Foundation, sign up for our next release, and we can't wait to see you there. Thanks.